Hi, this is Regina Y. Favors with a new series. The title of this series is When Someone Hates You, Overcoming Compromise Setback. Compromise is a very interesting term because we don't always think that the encounters that we have with people represent a compromise. A lot of times, your way may not be my way, and my way may not be your way. But in the most simple terms, positive terms, you can come to a compromise on what's the best way to handle a situation. On the negative front, compromise can be something where you do not get what you want, and you feel like the person who wants their own way, his or her own way, is sort of pushing you or bullying you or peer pressuring you to go their route. And so that can be a negative way of compromise. So I want to go through some slides here on this topic because when someone hates you and when they are asking you to compromise, a lot of times the hate refers to jealousy, and it's jealousy of something that you are. It could be gifts and talents, influence. There's a light on you. You could be a chosen person. It can be a number of things, but it's something a lot of times that they recognize about you that you haven't discovered. And when you haven't discovered your own gifts and talents, it makes you sort of vulnerable. They know something that you don't know, so now they can try to influence you and move you in a different direction. And a lot of times, it is not something that's a good way of how they handle you. They tend to move you into a state of debasing you. So that's what I want to go over in terms of this topic. When someone hates you, overcoming compromise setback. So I have a film that I want you to think about. It's Apartment 407. I watched it on Tubi. And the film title is Apartment 407. So the woman was visiting someone who was a photographer in this film. It is based upon a true story. She was visiting. He said that he needed someone to model. He met her at a coffee shop and he needed someone to model. Someone didn't come in, and so he looked at her and he thought she was model material. So she met him at his loft in a building that she didn't know anything about. And so they take some practice pictures, and then they make it out to be he and his assistant who didn't know anything about what he did. He and his assistant, they make it out to be like, okay, you qualify, come back in the next day or the next week. She comes in, but the assistant is not there because she didn't know anything about what he does. And so he actually ends up being a sex trafficker. So he locks her in to that place, the loft, and so he brings in men who pay him, and then she gets free. And for at one time, and then somehow he brought her to his apartment 407, and the apartment is within the same building. And his daughter, who is sick, comes out and sees him choking her because he um, is punishing her for escaping. So then he puts her into a closet that's soundproof. Her boyfriend comes to the building to try to find her because he had dropped her off the second time, and so he couldn't find her. And so then he takes her back up to the area where he locks her into a back room, and men just come in and repeatedly rape her, and he's trafficking her. And so once there was a point where they were having a conversation because she wanted to know why her, why did you choose me, why did you do this to me type thing, and why not Chloe? Chloe was the assistant, and so he said to her, "I knew I could sell you." And I just thought that was so significant because he already laid claim over her body and over her mind and over her will. And he mocked her in that conversation, uh, and basically blaming her for going to a stranger's apartment without reservation. Well, he seemed like a person who was a model. I mean, he was a photographer and a person who had a studio, and so she thought that he was legit, but he was not legit. And so she stayed there 3 days and 2 nights, against her will, and then she finally escaped. But I thought it was very interesting what he said. I knew I could sell you. And a lot of times that's what compromise actually is. Whether or not someone is selling you into trafficking, whether or not someone is selling you to compromise you in other types of ways. If someone is always asking you for money, knowing that you are on budget, they're compromising you. They know they can sell you. They know they can sell you on some fake reason, some fake excuse about why they need what they need. They don't need it from you. They don't want it from you. When someone hates you, they don't like you. They don't like anything you got, but they don't want you to have it. And so they are jealous of you. And so they will hate you and create situations where they separate you from the thing that you have. Again, if you had a house and you just bought a house and you furnished it off, they will find a way to get into the house and take up root and squat and accept mail to the point that you cannot enjoy your own house. And so they are jealous of you. Hatred is about jealousy. Envy is about jealousy plus separating you from it. And so this man who was in this film, he separated her from her peace. She was a Pilates instructor. She had a child with her boyfriend, and come to find out, she was pregnant in this 3 weeks pregnant while she was being trafficked. And so he didn't like the fact he hated women. It's interesting that he has a daughter, and never even occurred to him that someone could ever do his daughter the same way. But it doesn't matter. For a person like him, it doesn't matter. But all he knew in that moment was that he could sell her. He couldn't sell Chloe. Chloe looked too plain. Even though with sex traffickers, they'll throw anybody into those rooms and have men come in. But Chloe wasn't a person that he knew that he could sell over the internet. The lady here that you see in this pic is tall, model, skinny, slim, model looking. And so he says, I knew I could sell you. All right, so visit, follow, and subscribe. So please subscribe to the channel. You can also visit my website, reginawhitefavors.com, for tips. This particular presentation is going to be under the Overcoming Hate Setback tab. So it's going to add to the current list of serials that are also available on my YouTube channel, Regina White Favors, as well as this website. Thank you very much for listening.